If you're a faith-based coach and you're looking to launch your own courses and coaching programs on Meta Ads, then watch this video till the end because I'm going to share with you why one of these offers, which is actually a faith-based offers that we are running, is actually failing and what we are doing to save that particular offer. So I'm going to share all the reasons why we think it is failing, and then I'm also going to share what we are doing to optimize it to start making some money in that offer. Okay, so welcome to day 32 of the Office Turnover Challenge. If you have no idea what we are doing here, is that we are converting negative ROAS offers to positive ROAS. So that basically means that I recently got inside of this particular project that I'm working on, where we have got several different offers in several different niches that we are running on Meta ads that are actually losing money. And my goal will be to make those losing money offers to making money offers so that we can actually take some money home, right? So when we started this particular challenge, we were sitting at 5% of those offers being positive ROAS, which means 5% of all the active offers was making money. But then my goal will be to take that number from 5% to 60% in the 60 days. Okay, so without much ado, let's dive inside of it. So today it was a short day and we only did two optimizations. So what we are seeing over here is GW and LM are individual clients, and what we did was for GW we had a funnel query, so she had a question about the funnel, and then for LM we did a deep dive. Deep dive basically means where we look at the data for the past 7 or 14 days from the ads that we are already running for her, and then based on that we make some optimization suggestions in order to get better conversions. Okay, so where I discuss about the faith based offers is inside of LM, so that we are going to be discussing in the second part, but then let's first cover GW real quick. Okay, so for GW, what we did was, she's in a really interesting niche. She's actually a hairstylist coach. She helps salons get premium clients, and basically her course is actually priced at $497, and how she's selling the course is through a landing page, right? And there's just a sales page, and after they make the purchase they go to a confirmation page. And then there were already different kind of optimizations that we had done for her in the past, and then her offer was converting pretty well. But then right now we are still in the optimization phase for her offer, which basically means that her offer is still not breaking even on ads. So she had one query about the funnel today, and it was if she can add a walkthrough video on the sales page itself, right? So a walkthrough video, what she wanted to do was create a backend behind the scenes walkthrough video, and she was asking if she can add it on the sales page. What I suggested was that we can definitely create a behind the scenes kind of video, but then this particular funnel was already at like 0.89 or 0.75x ROAS, so we didn't want to touch the sales page because it was converting. So what I suggested was we can use this as a retargeting ad, because behind the scene walkthroughs work really well in the retargeting ads. So that's what I suggested. Let's definitely make that video, and then let's use that to retarget all the leads that came to the landing page but they did not convert, right? So that's it for GW, and then for let's go inside of LM. So LM is in a faith-based niche. He helps people get through addiction through biblical principles, right? And then his offer is a $197 course, and how he's selling the course is through, again, a landing page where we have a simple sales page, and then they go to a confirmation page after they complete the checkout, right? So we did some optimizations in the past, but then his offer was not converting at all. And then today we did another deep dive where we had already spent like $643, but then it wasn't getting any kind of purchases, but we did get opt-ins, which basically means that this offer has um, some value to it, like people want to get in. But then the biggest problem was that it was a faith-based offer, and then most of the people who teach faith-based stuff and want to learn from faith-based teachers or coaches think that they are going to offer the services absolutely for free, right? So this is the same thing that was happening with this particular client as well, right? So since the relaunch we had only got one opt-in, and despite the spend of like $327 with a high number of clicks on the ads, it shows that people are interested in the offer. So like the CPC is like $1.27, which basically is like very very low for this kind of offers, and the CPM is like $24. So it's costing us way less to be in front of the right people. But then people are not buying a $197 course just because it's faith based, right? So what I suggested was, like in the ad copy, how it was portrayed was that this particular offer was free, right? We did not mention the price of this particular course on the ad copy itself. So what I suggested was that let's just add the price of the offer on the ad copy, and then What I also suggested was that let's prepare for a strategy shift, because then we would require, like, if this still does not convert or we do not break even over the next 14 days, we do not need to keep spending money without making any kind of money back, right? So what we can do is convert this $197 program into a $3,000 program by adding a coaching sessions and all of that stuff, by converting it into a premium value offer, and then sell it on a call, right? So we can shift the present course funnel into a call funnel, and then we can get some a closer, or maybe the client can also take the calls, but then if it's not converting, then we are going to move towards that, right? But what I think is that by simply tweaking the ad copy and just letting people know that it's like not a free offer, it's going to be $197 if you come in, then it will remove the element of surprise, and then we will be able to get some sales coming in, right? So what I suggested was, let's just tweak the ad copy and keep the ads running for another 10 days. If you still don't get the sales, you're going to pause the ads and you're going to shift the strategy to a call funnel. Okay, so here's why our faith-based offer was failing, right? So there are three major reasons. The first one was that default mindset. Most of the people think that if something is related to faith, it must be free, right? So because of which they come in with a mindset that we wouldn't have to pay for this, like they don't need to pay anything when they go to the churches or different kind of preaching kind of scenarios where they get a lot of value, but then they don't have to pay for it. So that's the default mindset that people have whenever someone mentions any kind of faith. Then the second thing is clear faith to result distinction. So what most of the people, like especially in this particular offer, what we also saw was that if we are mentioning about the faith, then we are not talking about the transformation of the result on the sales page, right? What we need to clearly distinguish from all the offers that are working and that are not working was that um, showing people that we are not teaching faith over here, but we are going to give them a result based on faith-based principles, right? Like, because principles are principles, they don't change, right? So at the end of the day, if we use the faith-based principles, we can get to the results faster. But what we are charging for is the result and not the faith-based principles, which is absolutely free for any kind of faith, right? And then the third thing was that value addition. So most of the people, when they just see the ad, they are not going to go ahead and invest $197, especially in the faith-based offer, when they are thinking that it's free, because they are seeing the person for the first time. So that's why selling becomes really difficult if we do not mention the pricing upfront, right? So the only way to make a faith-based offer work that costs more than $500 is to add value in some way or the other through a conversation. And the conversation can take place in multiple ways. The first way is like on social media. So if you don't know, like, Marian Golden is one of the biggest faith-based coaches out there, who teaches business principles to like who teaches business with biblical principles. And I think what he has created was is that, like, he has created this huge chunk of content file where people can just go in and learn so much about business through biblical principles by simply going to his YouTube channel, right? So there are a lot of different videos that he has created that are 1 hour long, 1.5 hour long, where he talks about like business, how to grow a business through biblical perspective. And that's value addition. People are still having conversations in there by going to the comment section, and they are just commenting on the different stuff, and then that sparks a conversation. So having a conversation in one way or the other is really helpful to add any kind of value before we make them an offer, right? So social media community service content is one of the best ways to create, like, a spark of conversation between the clients. The second way is on one-on-one call. So through a sales call, if you get people on a call, even if they are here for the first time, you can close like a $3,000 offer or a $500 offer. Is You don't need a call for that. But then if you have an offer that costs more than $2,000, get them on a call. That's the easiest way to close the deal. So the third way is through a webinar. So if you're even if it's a webinar is like 60 minutes to a 90-minute webinar, you're still adding some value, and people can have a conversation with you by asking you questions in there. So having a webinar, just running webinars every single week, can help you add a lot of value before you even pitch your offer. So that's another way of having a conversation. And the fourth way is a challenge. So a challenge is basically, like, think about challenges as a virtual event where you bring a small group of people inside of a Facebook group or maybe a Zoom session for 5 days. You add value, and then they also have a conversation with you through the VIP session where people can ask you questions in there, right? And then that's like 60 to 120 minutes conversation every single day for 5 days before you make them a pitch. And what we do is like we use these kind of challenges or virtual events to sell like 10,000, 15,000, or even $25,000 offers, and they convert really well, right? So for this particular offer that costs like $197, what we are doing to fix it is first mention the price in the ad description itself, and then if that still doesn't work, what we are going to do is we are going to shift to a call funnel, and that's how we are going to be fixing this particular offer. And I'm pretty confident by just mentioning the price in the ad description can get us the sales. So yeah, that's it for today. I hope this entire video was valuable for you. Let me know in the comment section what was your best takeaway. And then for me personally, it was about adding the price on the ad description itself, and that I'm pretty confident that will really do the job, right? And yeah, let me know in the comment section what was your best takeaway, and I'm gonna see you on the next one. Till then, keep creating for a change.